Very well, Dean. I will not say any more ums, ahs. I will give you radio silence when my brain takes that moment to formulate its next thought. Or at least I'll try. I'm no Ariana Huffington. Josh Molina. That was fun. We were ribbing each other on the Twitters. But you can go fuck yourself. Anyway. I want to talk about a podcast taping that I did last night. Steve Agee was there. That's Steve Agee to you Americans. Steve should talk about what happened after I left the taping, because I'm told there was an incident at the show. What I want to talk about is it's Doug Benson's podcast called Doug Loves Movies. If you are unfamiliar with this podcast, you should familiarize yourself with it. Toot sweet! Go over to the iTunes, download Doug Loves Movies. If you are a movie fan, this is the podcast you should be listening to. In the podcast, which Doug always has 3 guests, the 3 guests must play a game, a movie trivia game called the Leonard Maltin game. I will not describe the game, it takes too long to describe. They had a tournament of championships, as Doug calls it, earlier this summer that I won. I was very proud of myself. But the problem was, the night I played the tournament of championships, I was very drunk. I was in a crabby mood that day. It's kind of an asshole up there. And it's in podcast form for all the world to see, to live on for all eternity, as is the internet. But I had not been back on Doug's show since then. And I was on last night with the great Leonard Maltin and the hilarious Jimmy Pardo. And spoiler alert, I won the little game we played last night, and I felt really bad about it, because I won it in the minimum amount of rounds that the game can have, which is 2. And the game ended very quickly and very abruptly. And I felt really bad about it. I felt like I let down Doug. Because obviously that killed the length of the podcast. And afterward I was really debating with myself whether or not I should have just thrown it. I don't know. The producer in me knows that short podcasts like that, where there's not a lot of rounds, and that's what people love in this podcast, by the way. The crowd in whatever room he's doing it in always loves it, and I know people that download it, they're very into the game. But I knew, like I said, the producer in me knew does not make a good podcast, which is not to say it is not a good podcast. It is a great podcast. Doug does a fantastic job with it every week. But the competitor in me couldn't do it. I had to play my little heart out. I don't know. Steve, help me out here. Was it bad? Did I fuck up? I'm in Pasadena all the time. Michael Black. That's where my girlfriend works. I take her out to lunch all the time in Pasadena. I know that city pretty well now. What do you think about that? There's a good chance I was there, in Pasadena. And I don't blame you one bit for not calling. Because I've done that. I've gone to New York and not told anyone. Because if I've only got, 3 days or less or fewer, grammar police, to spend somewhere, and I have a full schedule and I don't want to have to deal with that shit, yeah, I don't tell anyone. There should be nothing wrong with that. All right, 5 minutes is enough. I know I said and ah. Dean, I'm sorry I let you down. Don't go all BD Wong on us.